Peace. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raheem, your investigative reporter. This video is about Japheth, but a little bit more in detail. I did a little video on that. But this is a little kickoff of a debate between Shah Allah and Ahwa. And the topic was, what color was Esau? Okay, I called into the show and I made reference into Adam and Japheth because they are also known as red or ruddy. Japheth is known as basically white. But Esau, if you do the studying, he was basically referenced to Adam, which is red or ruddy. He wasn't said white skin as Japheth was, which I'm going to show you, okay, with evidence. So, you know, Ahwa, I don't think he got it, but for those that want the information, I'm going to give it to you. The thing is, what I've said in the debate is, what has happened is, these Hebrew Israelites have taken Japheth, Caucasian pale skin, and switched it with Esau, and telling the world Esau is the so-called white man. But that's not it. Now let's say I agree with him that Esau was so-called white, right? But Japheth, by definition and what I'm getting ready to show you, is so-called white also. And guess what? Japheth was before Esau. I don't care what you're saying, that Esau is going to get his, Yahweh is going to destroy Esau, or whatever you want to say. Japheth was before Esau. And we're going to concentrate on Japheth because they're taking what Japheth have and putting it on Esau. Okay, there was Caucasian people in the world before Esau. What they're trying to say is Caucasians start with Esau. So let's get into this. In the Bible, they talk about ruddy. Okay, as you can see, these are verses that's in the Bible. 1 Samuel 17 verse 42. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained himself, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and of fair countenance. Is David ruddy? Okay, that's just one incident I'm showing, but I'm showing you all four. Let's move on. And I asked about Adam because I know these definitions already exist because of my studies. They don't talk about this. They keep saying Esau is red, that means he's Caucasian or white. Look what it says in the ancient Hebrew dictionary. It says Adamah, translation ground, the surface of the earth, from its reddish color. So I asked him, so is Adam so-called white? And if he's so-called white and he's the first man, there's no way you can get dark melanated people from Adam and Eve, because your Bible said comes from the rib. Eve came from that rib, so she would be just like him. But let's move on. International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. Look what it says. The name Adamah itself seems to be closely connected with the name Edom. That's why I asked that question. And see, Awar, he's playing games in the debate, making reference shots at Shah Allah, and not really proving anything. So it's saying right here, meaning red, but whether from the redness of the soil or the ruddiness of the man. So you can look at the rest of that and read it or whatever, right? So now we go and look up ruddy. Ruddy is the form taken by the adjective red when used as a term of praise of the human skin. Wow. And this is its use in the Bible, and Hebrew Greek words are all usual words for red or to be red. Now watch this. The dark-skinned Hebrews found great beauty in a clear complexion. Now, when it comes out of that definition, it goes straight into the dark-skinned Hebrews. Why would it reference something dark? It would have read like this: the white-skinned Hebrews, or the white-skinned Esau, or the white-skinned Adam found great beauty in a clear complexion. Doesn't say that. So ruddy and red is synonymous according to what I read. And he kept talking about precepts and prophecies. Funny thing is, it doesn't really tell you what complexion Adam is in the Bible, but you read this type of stuff outside of it because they did the etymology, and it tells you. Okay, let's move on. From Babylon to Timbuktu by Professor Rudolph Windsor. And he studied in psychology and political science, in Hebrew Aramaic studies, and Middle Eastern studies. This dude is no joke, and he's a brother. So I don't want them come, oh, you went and got a devil, you're always going to get a devil, you Uncle Tom. Nah, this is a brother. Now watch this, people. We have more than adequate proof that the white races began near the Caucasus Mountains, and from there they spread north, northwest, and northeast into Europe and Asiatic Russia. Now we know that the Japhites, Europeans, are white today, where they originally white beginning from their ancestor Japheth, or did a change materialize in skin color of the descendants of Japheth? This question is difficult to answer. I was told that Japheth was a black man, but he wanted to be white, so God changed him to a white man. Evidence to that theory is lacking. Nevertheless, scientists and anthropologists have found different kinds of mutations in certain parts of the world. A physical mutation is a sudden variation or change, the offspring differing from its parents in some outstanding characteristic. Also, a major change in the chromosomes or genes that determine hereditary. Blonde hair among the black Australian Aborigines is an example of a mutation, and probably albinos are a good example of mutations with their white skin, woolly hair, thick lips, and Ethiopian noses. Any sudden change from normal is to be regarded as a mutation. I want y'all to keep y'all thought on that word normal. I'm gonna break that down, right? He goes on to say, major mutations or changes took place among the descendants of Japheth. This is obvious because of their white skin. In other words, they were black at one time, but their skin changed to white. So, right there is telling you. He's telling you, and this from a different source. And he knows what he's talking about. He's no slouch. Eastern Bible Dictionary. Japheth, to be beautiful, hence white. Let me just move on, because I don't need to read all that other stuff. We just concentrating on what the word is. International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. It says, Japheth with Shem, dark, Ham, black, suggests a name or similar lines, either Genetic or descriptive of race. Now we go all the way down here and says white skin and fair from Japheth. That's him. And it says he was of the non-Semitic and non-Hamitic races. Okay? It's right there. So this is from the biblical point. I got two biblical points and then an outside source from Professor Albinoism. Remember I said keep your mind on normal. Congenital absence of normal pigmentation, albino. So if you don't have melanin and you're not dark, you're not normal. This is coming from the Medical Encyclopedia and Guide to Family Health, page 573. So if anybody got that book, it's a big, thick, heavy book. There it is right there. It's telling you and guess who wrote this? Caucasian people wrote this. They telling you about them. But how many people read and go through it and try to know who they are? A few. This is Noah's, his genealogy line. Shem, Eber, Abraham, Isaac, Esau, and Jacob. Now look at Japheth. Japheth was generations before Esau. So what those Israelites is doing is playing games, people. I'm showing you in a short period of time. I ain't got to go through the mystical magical. This brother, look at his face. He's a reddish tint, brown, brown. You know, and I'm sure he came out like that when he was a baby, or a little lighter. And that's basically it, people. They lying. These are the facts. Caucasian people would be for Esau. Okay? You don't have to buy into their nonsense anymore. And with that, I say, Assalamu alaikum, peace. Keep studying, people. Keep studying and go deep and get different books so you'll know the truth.